Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Magnus, and today I will be showing you the different statuses that the cluster is going through if you have a failover or if you're rebooting. But just so you can see the different statuses that the cluster is going through during a failover. And we will be simulating this with a reboot. So let's go into expert mode and type cphaprob stat. And this gives you an output. Let's do it like this instead. Let's do the watch command, because the watch command, it will update this status every 2 seconds. So you can run watch and then the same command, and it will do an automated update every 2 seconds. So you get the different statuses updated all the time. Within the Cluster Excel admin guide, you can see all the statuses that the cluster is going through, and if it's forwarding packaging, if there is an issue, or if this is a standard non-concerned way. So you can check this out. I will provide a link in the description below. Before we do anything, let's just check where we currently are. So at the top, you see that both members, and we are running VSLS, that means virtual system load sharing. So that means that we can have virtual devices. If you come from a Cisco world, that's context. You can spin up virtual firewalls on these clusters. So currently we have an active standby, and that means that we have one member forwarding traffic and one that is waiting to take over with full synchronization, meaning if the active member go down, we have no traffic outage because everything is synced between the two members. There are some exclusions to this rule, but in general everything is synced, meaning you have zero downtime if something fails over. And at the bottom you see you have virtual devices, and currently they are active on so we have two firewalls. One is active on node number 1 and one is active on node number 2. So in reality, we're using all of the hardware at the same time. They don't have the same load. This is more or less used for service providers or bigger companies, but you can divide up the virtual devices on different members up to 13 different members. So you can have quite large load sharing between the system themselves. So let's reboot the member. So the first thing that will happen is that the server actually go to the status down, and that means we have an issue. After the down statement, it will go to lost, meaning that one of the member has been rebooted. And when we go to the lost, we also go to more or less active attention, or in this case active with an exclamation mark. And that means that we have an active member that is forwarding traffic, but the other part is lost or down. There is a problem with the other cluster members. So we have no more backup, meaning we can forward the traffic, but we have nothing to sync against. And if we lose the last member, then we are in a big trouble. And as you see below, all the virtual devices has also moved over to the active member, and they have the same status. So they are both active on node number 1, and the second member are more or less lost in action. You can see in the last member state also when it changed. So you have a time frame on it. This is new in R8020. Before, you needed to go into a system log to see what the issue was, and now you can see it quite easily. You also have the event code, and the event code themselves, there is an SK to check these if you are more interested. But in this case, we are more or less in active attention. So let's see here when the member comes back. So what will happen is first that it goes to the down statement, and then it comes to standby. And it's actually only the cluster itself, the VSS themselves, they are still in active lost, and they will come to different status called init. And more or less that's when they are syncing their traffic, and nothing is done before the VS members themselves are also active and standby, and these will move across the VSX nodes. So you see here already that we have one active in node number 1, and we have one active in node number 2. And if we would have more, this will happen for all of the VSS, and you need to wait until all of the VSS has correct status before everything is up and running and correctly. And keep in mind, you can more or less have like 50 VSS on 13 different devices. So this can take a few minutes, so just give it time. And in the next video, I will be talking more about VSLS. So I hope you did like this video, and see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.